I'm your host, Pocket Mania, George Mania, whichever you like. And I have two guests with me today. So we'll just talk about everything life, art, therapy, nightlife in Nairobi, dating in Nairobi. So would you guys want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, dude. So I'm Rianna, also known as G. Yeah, that's me.
My name is Ryan.
Say no more. So how have you guys been in general? How's life treating you guys lately?
I'm good, man. Come from eating some fruity. That was really nice.
Yeah.
Even though the organizers
Yeah.
didn't know how to organize.
What do you mean?
When you're organizing a football tournament, have people who know football. That's not telling me you need to check the goal difference. Then you're saying they have the same number of points. And you ask me how does goal difference get calculated? Like if it was a goal, like the team that got disqualified carried the posts out of the pitch. So we didn't have posts. They said
Better. Jesus Christ.
we're not playing. No one is playing. No one. Mind you, like me and Ricky are there. Ryan is also called Ricky. We're there. We're like we primed ourselves of alcohol the night before.
Home by 9 p.m. on a Friday night.
Oh, you were like, what lucky game. We're taking this thing serious.
By 10:30, both of us were asleep. Mind you, would have been like, had I known the day would have gone down like this, we would have just said fuck it and drank, honestly.
Yeah. I see no more. But was it worthwhile at least? A part of it was it worthwhile?
Yeah.
Because it was what a charity.
Charity tournament.
For me, I think for Rianna less because Rianna does this for a living right now. But for me, like I haven't been playing ball for so long. So even like the trophy that I got, like it feels nice to be back in that competitive space, not just casual.
Say no more. Speaking on that shit, how about you doing this professionally? Let's get into that for a bit, Football professionally in Kenya, some people would say that's an unconventional route. So how long have you known this is what you want to do? And it's not even knowing this is what you want to do because in Kenya, like, there are systems that stop us from doing what we actually want to do. So how did you know that you are going to say, yeah, fuck it, let me lock in on this thing and go send it?
I can tell you for a fact, there's no picture of me as a child that you'd find where I'm not with a ball called. Like, when the universe just gives you signs. Like the thing where I'm a kid and I never had dolls, never had car toys. I just had footballs, basketballs, like all shaped balls. Like my parents used to know the best way to entertain me or to get me active is just have me outside with like a football. So the signs are there, like from when I was young. Like I remember I had in my baby cot, my bed sheets were football, and that's even before I even could kick a ball. And then I have all these pictures of me engaging in sports. So it's like it's something that like I can't tell you that I found it because it felt like it has always been in me. If I wasn't doing it, then I would feel like off balance and off rhythm, which for most of my life where I wasn't playing, every time I'm not engaging in sports, I'm probably going through the worst shit ever. So playing in Kenya is hard, bro. Let me tell you, if you don't have the mental strength, or even talking with my friend Owen today, he plays professionally as well. Like if you don't have the mental strength, like depression, drug addiction, it will get you because there's just too much politics and like a lot of side shows that aren't necessary. Like not a lot of the ball in Kenya is based off of merit, which is really sucky.
Yeah.
But I love it, man. Like I made myself a promise. Ryan was there. I made a promise 2 years ago.
Jumping around in the kitchen.
He's jumping around in the kitchen with mud on my white khaki.
Yeah.
I was on the floor telling Ryan, I don't know how the fuck I'm going to do it. But once I finish lifting G, I'm falling out. And just saying those things, like alchemizing your dreams into the universe and putting that energy out there and actually working towards it, even when I was playing for this work team for the university we can't name.
Yeah. You shall not name.
You shall not name.
Yeah.
That was just like a step in the process. So I'm just really grateful to be here and grateful to be born in like it's literally like what I am made to do. I was reading my journals yesterday. It's yesterday but one on Thursday. I was reading my journals as a kid and one of my entries is that I can't see myself having a boring 9 to 5 life. That would be the death of me. And as a kid, first of all, like how am I able to recognize what a 9 to 5 is? And how was I able to recognize that that would be the death of me, like my spirit, my my sense, my being, because I'm pushed towards creativity, like sports is a way, expressing yourself. So is art. So man, I'm grateful for the journey, however rocky it may be. Life's about the journey. The destination, like it's fun, but the whole essence of life is the journey, and I've just been rocking with it, and it's been punching me back. But yeah, it's nice to have something that you can speak about so passionately and live so passionately.
Yeah. And you have something like that, something you can speak about passionately and something that fulfills you, like something that gets you out of bed every day and you're like, thank God I'm doing this.
I'm not like Rihanna in that sense that like I was also really passionate about football, but like I gave up on that really early on. I'm still passionate about it, but like I think that ship has sailed. So for me, I think what I have in the same sense with Rihanna is I was so passionate about reading.
Yeah.
From like the time I was like 5, my mom would tell me like my dad would bring me home books and I'd just read through them, and, like nobody would ever force me to do it.
Yeah.
And it went on until I was about maybe year 7, when I was about 12, 13, I think. And then I got a phone, and like that passion kind of just kept going down and down because electronics just keep distracting you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so from 13 to I'd say maybe even 20, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do in my life.
Yeah.
I do economics as a degree. I'm finishing in June, but like I wasn't passionate about it. I just performed really well at it in school.
Yeah.
So it felt like that was just a natural course of my life to pursue this degree. But as I started like trying to figure it out for myself, because the more I did economics, the more I'm like, I like it, yes, and it's probably the best I could have done with my situation, yes, but like I have more passion towards like writing and film and that kind of thing. So yeah, I think that's same what
Ballpark.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I relate to Yuri in the fact that a 9 to 5 or a generic 9 to 5 has always felt so daunting to me. Like, what do you mean every day is the same? What's it called?
Actually,
It's the same matrix. Wake up 6, go to the office, work for somebody else, come back, barely have time to do anything you like, go to bed, wake up again, back at it. I always felt like there was something more for me in this life. And from a kid, now I've always expressed myself through art because when I was small, I used to draw. So I'd get like sketching paper, then I'd draw cartoons. At some point, I could draw a cartoon off memory or some shit. Yeah, I did that. High school when I was 17, I wrote my first 6 bars And I remember those bars to this day.
Yeah, spit them.
Yeah?
Spit them.
Jesus Christ. Alright, let's do them. So it was jump up on the deck and say this shit like 7C. Nigga message me and see how this finger go squeeze. Got him on the knees begging, oh Jesus please. Bother him up please, stop this hate and all this greed. He's a being me, we know how willing to feed you. Yeah, something like that.
That's hard, dog.
Yeah, because there's this culture in my high school, like guys were getting into rap. Especially now the phone calls, like the older guys were rapping and posting their raps on IG.
Yeah, SoundCloud era.
Yeah, SoundCloud era. So I was like, damn, let me just give this a shot. And I remember my sisters. I performed it for my sisters, my closer sisters, and they gasped me. I think they took a video and they posted it on Snapchat and sent it to their friends. So there was a part of me that was like, oh, you can actually try this and do this because clearly, I mean, it's resonating with people. So that's when I started writing raps. And in 2020, I dropped an EP. That EP shall not be found for anyone who's curious.
Follow my ID. It's on my bio, actually. It'll be on my bio.
Sure. But yes, I dropped that. And the goal at that time at 18 was to be a rapper. And that was, you're in an African household. And you see, me, I've always had a disdain for the education system. And some people misconstrue that for me saying I don't like learning because I love learning. But the education system, especially in Kenya, it's so bureaucratic. There's so much red tape. You have to put on this facade where the teachers can be absolute assholes. And you have to act like you respect them. Like they get away with so much. I went to a school where you can't really express yourself in an African context because you have to shave your head. We were in a school where guys were being told you have to eat a banana while you peel it with a fork and knife. And I'm like, yo, I'm in Nairobi, Kenya, Africa. Why am I peeling a banana with a fork and knife? You know? So there's always a part of me that felt constrained in the system. And through music and art, I felt like I could break free from that. But, you know, you finish from home. Then they're like, you have to go get a degree. So I feel like that's how I ended up doing computer science. And at the time, I felt like I was forced to do it. So I kind of just went into this phase where I was like, fuck the all. And I stopped writing songs entirely. I stopped making music. I just said, you know what, that's a dream that's gone and died, which has happened a lot in my life. But I remember me and you were talking after, because, what's it called? After I played for you the EP. And you sent me a WhatsApp. So it's like, yo, this shit is fire. You sent me that post saying how.
Don't die with the music inside of you, man.
Yeah. So that's how now I've recently started posting more of my songs on Instagram. And I found that, before in 2020 when I was 18, I was chasing validation. I was trying to chase that stardom that all the rappers and artists I'd seen, getting. But at this point in my life, I've started to realize that I don't think as human beings are meant to hold things inside us or hoard things, whether that's information, your art, whatever. I think we're built to share because we're built to connect with each other. And sharing our gifts, our talent, our knowledge is how we can do that.
Especially as Africans, we're very communal.
Yeah.
Everything we share.
Definitely. So these days I started feeling like whenever I post a song, I don't even look at the likes I get because that's not what I'm chasing. It feels like I released something into the world. Like I've got it out my chest because it could sit on my laptop it could sit on my hard drive, and how's it going to help anyone else? I've already written it, I already got that release letter in from it. So the final step is letting it go.
Just like when I was making music, because I'm on a sabbatical now.
I think it was on TikTok.
I was feeling, I think, Loki, that bender, ironically enough, it made me feel free because, like, we were in a house, not knowing what day it is, not knowing what time it is, and just being free individuals, and just speaking very freely and openly and having such candid conversations and such human interactions, that I felt like, wow, this is soothing something in me. But as I was saying, like for me, it's never really been about the numbers. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I care more that I've shared my art and I know someone somewhere will listen and this will resonate. Like to me, what's more precious is someone coming up to me and being like, "Oh my gosh, you really helped me process my grief," or "Oh my gosh, this song was so beautiful. It helped me understand this and this emotion," because then I've connected with an absolute stranger that doesn't know me, doesn't know my life. I don't know them. They don't know my life, but they found some solace in what I've written. They found a place to nestle themselves in, even though I'm a stranger. And that's the beauty of like when you release, because you find community, number one. And number two, you'll be able to like shared emotion is the best emotion. Like unrequited love is not cool. Like no one wants to love someone if they don't love you back. So yeah, I just think I'm really proud of you. Honestly, that day we talked for so long. I was like, I have to budget this guy and finish this stuff into the universe because it's like not only just for people to hear it, but because you deserve to know that you have a space. Your voice has a space in this world. Like you're not just a tiny speck, and even if you are, you're glimmering brightly because you're sharing so much that you're radiating all this energy. So I'm really proud of you, bro. Honestly, I'm happy you're releasing the freestyles, the songs. Like, don't keep the music inside of you. Be a madman. I would tell Ryan the greatest creatives and all the geniuses are madmen. They're cheesy. It's like those who are singing, dancing were thought to be insane by those who could hear the music. Like no one but you can hear the music in your life.
You need to be putting these quotes on t-shirts, man.
So funny. I wrote that quote from my valedictorian speech in year 13 at the point where I probably believed in myself the least. And every time I think back on it, or the times my mom would be like, "Come, let's watch this." Like she just bored on YouTube and decided I was watching the speech. And it's like,
on YouTube.
Yeah.
So.
And it's like,
along with the song, don't forget the
Yo,
song.
that was the first time I performed as well.
But
Yeah.
that's gonna be hunted down.
So it's like I listened back to it and I'm like, that was literally me. I don't know, that's me at that time giving who I am now a message that only I can understand now because I've become who I was writing about. Who I was trying to like alchemize into the universe. So only now this year actually has made sense to me, like walking by faith and not by sight, being a madman. Like life is crazy, dog. Everything is like full circle. Like all the dots connect. Just have to exist long and do and like exist as expansively enough as you can to see the dots connect. So yeah, I'm grateful that like me at that point who did like but I was on that stage live. I was on that stage like out my ass cheeks, like live. And you know how I do like what I'm saying, like every time I get nervous when I'm doing something that's that I don't believe in. My ass quivers. Like there, that at the back is a whole concert. I remember that day my ass was shaking so vigorously.
Do you think you're nervous or did you know you're lying to yourself?
I didn't know. You see, the thing is, that's the beauty of hindsight. Like now I look back and I'm like what? Like you were lying to yourself, but at least you weren't performing because you, even if you're writing all these, saying all these things, and you're in the back of your head, and you're in that in your heart of heart, that I'm going to become this person. Like I'm not performative. Like I will not dance on a stage. I won't create a stage for myself to dance on for people, but with myself, I'm performative, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think sometimes it can be good because sometimes it signals to me that it's something you're doing that you're not supposed to do. So why are you dancing in the mirror for yourself? Like why are who are you running from? If you're looking right at yourself, you know? So yeah.
Okay. Speaking about becoming the people who we envision, especially as kids, one thing that helped me was therapy. And I got into therapy when in 2024. 24, 23, one of those two. And before then, I used to have this generic idea of therapy from the point of view of an African. Like, why the hell are you going to someone else to fix your problems? Like, sort it all out.
As an African man.
As an African man, thank you for calling that out. But yeah, I always had this idea that therapy is a waste of time, especially when now I like to think of myself as an introspective person. So I'm always thinking about my life in one way or another, which in hindsight can cause tunnel vision and blocks your view from all these other perspectives that you could see if somebody else was looking at the same story. And around the time I got into therapy, I think I just felt like, you know what, I've done this for too long. I've lived the way I've been living too long, and I'm not seeing any changes. So what's the harm in going to a third party who can tell me, hey, maybe you're looking at this in a wrong way. Maybe you're looking at this from this way, and this is actually how it might have happened. So I went to therapy in the university that I'm not being in. And God bless my therapist. She's called Tracy, amazing woman. She opened up my eyes to so many views that at the time I couldn't see. And now I see me from a young age, it's just been identity and self-esteem issues that were started off, or the roots or seeds were planted in primary, then it carried on into high school, and she allowed me to see, or she helped me see that maybe how you feel is because you are dealing with all this on your own. Maybe that's why you picked up these defense mechanisms, etc. Because there's a time I was talking to her and I told her about some moments where we were in primary and some girls were making fun of me, whatever, which informed a lot of my later years, my teenage years. And the first thing she asked me was, who did you tell about this? And I said, what? What do you mean by that? Honestly, I
to tell someone.
Yeah, it's like, what? I didn't know that was a damn option. And I was like, yo, and yeah, maybe how I feel is because I've just been in my head reinforcing the story that I've been telling myself, finding evidence to strengthen those ideas of myself. And I feel like therapy, even though it's not a cure, and I think that's what dissuades a lot of people from going that route because they think therapy is like Panadol where you take it and you no longer have a headache. It's not that. and I don't think that's what people market it as. But therapy is. I was watching a video the other day. This actor is called Daniel Elder. They were having a round table of men. They were talking about the struggles they face as black men, especially in America and the UK. And he was talking about how he views therapies is picture yourself versus the world. You're in a boxing match in a ring, and your therapist or therapy is the break between rounds. You know how the coach goes and you tell them, oh, you're projecting the right hook too much, or you're doing this a bit too much, you're beating him, do what? And he was like, going into that corner is kind of what therapy is for him. It gives you a different perspective so you can come back to face the world in a different way. So, yeah, that's been my journey in therapy and helping myself become the guy that 16-year-old Okech would have loved to be. And it's still a work in progress. But do you guys have a journey in therapy? How did you get into therapy? If you got into therapy, do you think it helped you in one way or another? Yeah.
Yeah. For reasons I don't want to speak of, when I was about 18, I like my mom insisted that at least I give it an option.
Yeah.
I used it as an option rather, so I started, but I wasn't ready. I went and sat down across this lady that tried me for answers about my life.
Yeah.
That I'm not used to talking about, that I'm used to maybe talking about, but adding my own bits and pieces to make myself look a certain way, and to just lying to everybody and to myself. So that's what I did with her. I sat down and I told her lies, and maybe a month in, 2 months in, I'm like, yo, what is she already doing?
Yeah.
She's telling me shit that doesn't even apply to my life. And then I stopped. But then the truth is that I was lying to her, I was lying to me, and I wasn't even sure what I wanted of myself or what I wanted of the world. I was just angry.
Yeah.
I was angry and I was upset. So I stopped, and then I went through a really shitty stretch of my life where I kept lying to myself. And then like when I was abroad for uni, I had an experience with something I can't mention because my mom is listening. It finally woke me up, and finally made me start looking at myself. And the time I was just sat in my room and I just by myself and I thought to myself, what are you doing? Why do you keep making excuses for why you're not good enough, or why you're not doing the right things, or why you're not being the person that you want to be? So then I started again, and this time I went to a guy, and I in our first session I told him that you're made on a lie to you. It's hard for me to open up and be really vulnerable about the issues that I have in my life, but I don't see the point of doing this if I can't be honest. So I explained to him a lot of the problems that I was going through, and bit by bit, we worked through them, and every day a task. He tells me, when you come back for the next session, I want you to have done this. And if you can't do this, just tell me you haven't done it, and then we figure out a way around it. And we did that for a few months, and at some point, life got a bit too overwhelming and I stopped. But it really helped with what you're saying. You get to see the world from another perspective. But then for me, it also made me see the world clearer, through my own perspective, but being more honest with who I am as a person and the things that I kind of want to achieve, and maybe how I'm not doing enough to get there. I mean, it's still something that I'm battling through. I'm still as Rianna was saying, it's good that you're putting the shit out there. Rianna has been putting the shit out there for time, and I want to be that way. I'm trying to do those things, but I know it's a process.
Definitely.
And I'm not rushing it.
Yeah.
How about you, bro? I love hearing you speak.
Yeah.
I'm an introvert.
Yeah.
Like, every time I can get him to yell, I'm fat.
Yeah, that's why I said I wanted to be here because it's even hearing you guys say it like I think us we meet usually when it's Shabbat. So I don't even get to hear you like
we don't have
things
chats
like this. So it's like nice to get this out.
Man. How about you?
My journey in therapy is interesting. I started pretty young because of familiarities, call them that. And also being caught taking something that shall not be named on the podcast at such a young age as a result of those familiar issues. And honestly, at that time, it was a really big waste of time because, like, my brain hasn't even formed. Like, I didn't know myself. I was just going in, just doing it for routine to take a walk. Like, I would look at bro, finish the hour, straight up looking at bro, just answering yes, no, I don't know, maybe. Not really. Yes, no. Like, you couldn't get more out of me because, like, what more is there to give? Like, I'm too young to process what happened to me, or whatever has happened. So yeah, and then the next time I got into therapy was after an unfortunate situation last year that I can only describe as Icarus going to the sun and having his wings. Like, flying too close to the sun. Like, flew too close to the sun. I was making too many excuses. I was indulging a bit too much. I was not being true to who I was. I was lying. And all these things that I was doing all circled back to one thing, which is what I realized in therapy is that I'm not processed grief. I'm not processed because grief is expansive. You don't only lose someone, you also lose a life that you could have had. Like, what if this person was alive? Would my life look this way? So you grieve that in a sense. So second time going back, it was like, okay, damn, like I'm 20. I was 22 because I'm 22. Yeah, Jordan, yeah, hey. Yeah, I was 22 and I realized I'm going to lose all my friends. I'm possibly going to like stress my mom out, and I'm possibly going to not achieve all the things I want to do if I don't change. And I can't keep on giving myself the perception of change just because I'm the type of person that's like, I'll figure it out. Whatever it is, I'll figure it out. I know me best. So it was kind of like an ego there that I needed to have, to just simmer down the pride, and recognize that, hey, you've hurt someone you've hurt people you love, and most of all, you've hurt yourself. Like, I think the biggest thing you can do in this life is to do a disservice to yourself, because who else will you live with? You can't morph into someone's body when you fuck up your own life. So you owe it to yourself to give yourself like 5-star ratings all the time. Okay, not all the time, it's unrealistic, but not to let yourself down too much. So yeah, I go back in, and this time I was honest, open, vulnerable. The first interaction was a bit. It was hard. I was fidgety, my palms were sweaty, knees weak, arms spaghetti, mom's spaghetti, whatever. Yeah, like I was tensing so bad, and like one statement from my therapist changing the whole course of the conversation was like, Rianna, would you like some snacks? I looked over, there was pet Fanta orange, because that's the perfect size of soda. The pet Fanta orange. I love cookies. I was like, wow. So it's like just even her to notice that this is an extremely nerve-wracking session for me, and for her to, I don't know, maybe she was calling me a big back lookie. I don't know. But I was like, those things anyway. So for her to do that and just get me to the call where I'm just now snacking and yapping, making your patient feel safe enough to speak. I'm supposed to be sure if I asked her, can I light a cigarette? I should have probably let me. Oh, not lighter. Anyway, I've already said it.
Can be bleeped somehow.
Yeah. So, yeah, after that, I just kept experiencing like ego death. I just kept understanding that my pride will be my downfall in so many ways, and I need to strip myself of it. Like it's okay to tell my friends, hey, like this and this is happening. It's okay because I've always felt like, even as a kid, like people always expect me to have like all my shit together because I usually do, or I usually keep the facade that I do.
Yeah.
So there's always that expectation of no, Rianna's got this. Even my dad sent me a picture of me when I was a kid, and he was like, he was so young and jolly and so independent, and I'm like, young and jolly is dope, but like I shouldn't have been independent, because like I was because of that independence, it made me isolated, which made me just like bottle a lot of stuff in, and just not be able to be like, hey guys, like I'm gonna cry right now. That should be okay. So as you said, the boxer anecdote is pretty dope. But I like to think of therapy as something that it's like this one corner in the earth, from creativity and all of that, where I'm actually seated with someone else, especially if you find a great therapist, where I'm seated with someone else and this person has created not a cocoon because it means like maybe she's enabling my whatever bad things, but she's created sort of this not safety net, you know, that I can fall onto because as a prideful person, like I would rather fall from the sky than have someone say I'll catch you. So having a therapist for me is like having someone who'd be like, yes, I'll catch you, and it's opened up so much for me. Like I talk very much now about my emotions, how I'm feeling. I'm not going to talk about with my diagnosis, but like it helped me process that as well, and even just make my friends aware of it. And in that, I've been able to sort of regulate because I told my therapist like, hey, I'm not going on meds. I'm so sorry, but I'm not going on meds. That's not a route I want to take. So I know that 13-year-old me is surprised that I'm in therapy, but they're also like very happy because now I get to hug them and say, I'm so sorry you had to go through all of that alone. And like it'll never happen again. And I'm working to to hear your voice again. I'm working to heal whatever happened then. So yeah, that's therapy for me. Like shout out my therapist. And yeah, man.
Yeah.
I wish. Yeah.
Sort of good therapists, man. And the thing is that, like, the crazy thing or interesting rather is because I'm also somebody who's very open. I'd like to think I'm very emotionally aware, so I can pinpoint what I'm feeling at any given time. And see, even if you me, I'll tell you everything that's going on, and I'll open up to you about my fears, my doubts, all that, and I do that with all the homies. I feel like my friends or the friends around us have created such a good space where it's not something shameful to lean on each other, but I also don't think that therapy is taken away from being on your friends. Like it's like just tools in your arsenal, different things you can lean on and you can never have too many. Honestly. Yeah.
It's like just to circle back there. When I was making my EP and I was explaining to you guys why I called it the room is brand trip.
Go listen. on Spotify.
It's not there because I'm on sabbatical.
Oh no, you took it down.
Yeah.
Damn. When it's back, you'll be the first to know.
But like the room is burning was just me basically saying, hey everyone that loves you, I'm ready to let you in. 'Cause how I explained it or how I wrote it, how I felt when I was writing it is that I mean this inferno and this chaos that's just all in my mind. I'm just in a room that's burning and my friends and everyone that loves me is knocking at the door for me to let them in. And I just can't. I would rather just burn there or maybe simmer down the fire such that it's warm enough for me to not get burned. But it's easier to get people in and they help you kind of either pull you out of that fire or they help you extinguish it from time to time, you know. So yeah, I feel you on that. That you have people to lean on, and it's so dope that I'm here with the people who like honestly I talk so frankly with, like with man here and like Manya. Even though I've known Manya for like 3 years, like he's like he's a great guy, man. Like it's just an openness I felt to you when you cut through my introverted nature.
Yeah.
I used to come to the house and these guys thought I'm on me.
I'm just sitting in a corner.
Bro, I'm just going on like bleep breaks. But yeah, like it's really dope to have people you can lean on and you don't feel like they're being crushed by you that weight because they they don't make it as such. That's why when my friends are like, "Oh, am I trauma dumping?" I'm like, "What's trauma dumping when I love you? You're literally just speaking to me. Don't ever, don't ever tell me you're trauma dumping. Like, so I will leave the party to listen to you for 2 hours on a balcony.
Yeah.
Don't ever say you're trauma dumping. Even random people, okay, happened once. When random people just come and talk to me about their life, I'm like, okay, maybe you feel an openness with me in this moment, and I won't lose anything from listening to you.
100%.
But I will gain, like, maybe a friend.
Yeah.
Or,
Mm.
yeah.
Definitely. So speaking of being better people, I don't be dating in general. As I was gonna say young kids in our early 20s, but we ain't fucking kids.
Listen, our frontal lobes haven't developed.
Yeah.
2 years.
I'm pushing 30. Bro.
Honestly, this guy's bro. Like, bro's ID starts with 29.
Come on, man, you're taking the piss.
Guy has voted since Kibaki. Voted it Kibaki.
I did not do
Voted
that.
it twice.
Don't do that. Don't say that last one you're gonna say. No, man. But yeah, how do you feel like? Let's not even restrict it to dating life. We can talk on that. You guys have experiences with that. I see my experience is one for a reason here and there. Maybe we can get pissed off for the reason here and there.
I'm trying to find one you love. Like, this is the love hotline. I'm gonna leave my number. If you think money is good, talk to me. I'll interview you. Set you up.
I'll trust whoever you bring to me tonight.
Well, I'm actively searching for love for money. Honestly.
Like, there's a day he was like, she started calling me for speed dating.
I don't want to
Yeah, actually called me for speed dating. Bro, but yeah, how do you feel like? Because I feel like at least a lot of the people I've seen dating, a lot of the exposure I've had to people who date is at least for guys in our age group, because that's all I'm exposed to. It's very, it comes off give and take, or it comes off transactional, and it comes off guarded. Like, there's very little instances of relationships that I've seen where people are actually transparent and vulnerable with each other. Because in my head, if you claim to date somebody, you know, gotta go.
Yeah,
Isn't this like your co-pilot over there in the cockpit?
It's really great. We haven't taken anything because Ryan knows the rant of the even you know that who shall not be named.
That who shall not be named. There's a lot of things that shall not be named, but yeah, how do you feel like? Do you think that the place we live is conducive for dating? What's your outlooks on dating? You don't have to get specific and name people you dated and air them out. Or if you're dating anyone, you don't have to mention that. But how's the experience been in pursuit of love and a pursuit of connection with someone else, especially as people who are always trying to better ourselves in one way or another or express ourselves through one way or another? How does it feel looking or being open to attracting somebody who can mesh with you and walk with you in that journey? Yeah.
That's even before because like there needs to be like a kind of new definition of what modern dating is. Because people still focus on like more traditional values.
Yeah.
But like these days, like you'll hop on social media and you'll watch a video and it's a bit telling you, oh, if your girlfriend does this, this, and this, she's like a narcissist, or she's trying to do things to you, or she's using you, or things like that. And you hop onto these red pillars. They'll tell you that you should have 3 girlfriends. You should never like keep one woman. That many kids. You should impregnate the world. And then spawn everything.
Sorry, special. But Amerix, you know Amerix, you all know Amerix. He literally tweeted and like one tattoo in a girl means probably has like 50 boys. Like he equated tattoos to how much of a promiscuous person, you know. And anyway, women have been villainized for being sexual beings.
That's so traditional, like back in the day, like as a woman, even as a man, honestly, but mostly as a woman, like having a tattoo was a sign of that kind of thing. But now it's like it's a way of expressing yourself, a permanent way of expressing something that means a lot to you. It doesn't have a title. I think we've grown so far past the point that you can still be saying bullshit like that, and you like with a sober mind, you're like, yeah, I believe you.
It's some real shit right there.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I think that for me, because I'm in a relationship, I try my best never to consume any content from, not any, of course, but 99% of the content on the internet. Because a lot of it is gonna tell you shit, or it's gonna tell you, oh, you should treat your girlfriend this way, or you should make her want you this way. And they don't know you. They don't know your girlfriend. They don't even know your culture. They don't know where you live. They know nothing about you. But they've taken 7 billion people and they've put them into the same bracket. And all of a sudden you're the one who has, like, you have to conform to this thing. But I'm done with sitting down with my partner. I'm done with listening to her tell me what she likes, what she doesn't like, or how she feels, how the things about her, Because why am I getting into a relationship and I'm constantly looking at like, man, does she really like me? Does she really want me? Like, what does that do for me? What situation does that put me in? Me, I know that the relationship I've been in, and I didn't talk about this, but I'm with someone who really loves me. And like, that's a start. Let's just start from there. Everything else you can
learning on the job.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, because it should all start and end with love, honestly. Me, I really go down this road.
Shot.
There ain't no shot. But this is a tough one. I think, especially as the only queer person in this room, like, I think dating Nairobi. I'm short. I need to be kind of like dating, bro.
I get that.
But like, okay, now I'll give my personal opinion. I think I think we're in a country where it's not okay, it's not like legal. Okay, it kind of is, but it's not like a norm. So by default, I find that well, from my experience, please don't kill me. From my experience, I find that maybe the people that I've interacted with are so hell bent on keeping heteronormative norms in a queer relationship. And that usually doesn't work because it's usually disadvantageous to me because I'm masculine presenting and non-binary. So it's like I end up being stripped of my femininity and not being seen as, and it's like if it was that way, I would have just stayed straight. So I wanted to go about these traditional rules that heterosexual people go with, and I would have just, I'm trying to break out. I'm not trying to break away from that, but it has no space for the type of love that we have. So finding someone that understands that and understands that truly and treats me like I don't know, maybe. It's kind of difficult. So when you do find one, it's like I feel like I form a kind of comic a connection, and it's usually bad for me. But yeah, that is my take. Like I'm very constrained on this conversation. You guys know, right?
I understand.
But I think now that I like stop jumping in and out of relationships and good time to with myself. I know what I like and what I don't like. And, like stand firm with that. I meet someone and it's like they think I'm this this way. I'll be like, hey, I'm not this way. This is how I am. And if they kind of vibe by that, it's like, okay, great, nice talking to you. If I get those type of vibes, it's like I'll just leave because I don't want to now start performing and playing a role. Like it'll just dilute whatever connection that we're gonna have. So yeah, because like I'm very fluid, and finding people that are fluid is a bit hard in this space. Or maybe I'm not putting myself in the right spaces. I realize I don't go for many queer events. I don't have many queer friends. Sometimes I wish like you guys were like Kioko. Now it's the time to come out. You can tell us. But that's why even all the male friends I have, like they're not like the traditional male. You guys will cry, you laugh. You're not afraid. Like how like guys say like no when they actually mean it. You guys are not afraid to hug, be like physically like affectionate with each other. Yeah. So yeah. Let me not open up too much.
That's understandable. One thing I started doing because, well, at least these days, I'm more comfortable in my skin. So I feel like long ago I used to chase the idea of a relationship because I used to think I'll find something I'm looking for in someone else. And through time I started realizing that everything that I need is inside me already. And finding someone else is just someone who can complement that
or amplify
it. Yeah, but everything is already inside me. So I started doing this thing where, and like I said, I'm very open and expressive. So I don't believe in stringing people along or at least seeing where things will go without saying how I'd want things to go. I don't know if that makes sense. But I started telling people that if we're doing this or if we're talking, how I'd want to do it is putting ourselves in a bubble where we can fully express ourselves, where we can fully be ourselves, and this bubble protects us from all these outside noises, whether that's societal expectations, societal standards, things from passerby to comments, because everybody has a comment to make, especially when you're in a relationship, everyone wants to tell you, oh, your baby's doing this, and that. Wants to do that, why is she doing this? Yeah. So like, in this bubble, the only thing that matters is you and I, and how we express ourselves. And if you can't be open enough, because I'm ready to be open wholeheartedly, and if you can't be that, we can just be cool. Yeah, but we don't have to. And it's not saying, oh, trust me from the jump, because trust is a function of time. It's not saying love me now. It's just saying be yourself, be open.
Trust is a function of time. Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, but I feel like that's the outlook I've started. Taking dating or meeting new people or exploring romantic relationships, because there's that pressure of, oh, go school, finish school, get a job, get a wife, get your kids, procreate, all that. And I feel like that boxes people in so much, because you start feeling like, oh, you're late. Especially if you're around, you guys now around chronically cuffed people.
As a chronically cuffed people, you don't know that.
Around chronically cuffed people. So there's that, you're open to those doubts of, Connie, what am I doing wrong? Like, why is everyone around me experiencing this thing and I'm not experiencing this? But it's realizing that it will come with time if it's meant to come for you. And if it doesn't, it won't. And that's not a bad thing as long as you're being true to yourself. And that's what I tell myself. I'm like, I'm not in a rush to get a wife. I'm not in a rush to have kids. I'm not in a rush to celebrate Valentine's Day, birthday, anniversary.
There's women that celebrate their half birthday. I love your
Bro,
birthday. And talked to that before. I'm like, so now you want me to plan for your birthday, your half birthday, and your quarter birthday.
Bro,
What's my half birthday?
Like, I'm already bad at math. You want me to? But that's some shit I learned from you. Like, just letting love arrive when it wants to. I feel like sometimes I used to force issues, and it puts me and whoever is in this situation that we both don't need to be in, which is something like I've learned and that I have evidence that I've broken this cycle, like I've broken away from this. So something like I'm actively doing right now, especially because it just fizzles back to the expectation. Like if you expect me to be this person for you, then I'll do it. Even though like that's not who I probably want to be. I'll just do it just because you have this expectation and I don't want to let you down. So like it's dope, but love is a beautiful thing, Chicks and Alana. Sorry for name dropping you, but they tell me I'm the friend that will love and love again, and they have never lied about that shit ever, because I will love and love again. Like I'm only 23, there's so many more heartbreaks I'm gonna go through, and like I'm a young bro, so I need to be a psycho. But it's like I don't know, I'm not afraid of being broken. I'm afraid of not like expressing myself. Like if I feel love for someone, like I'll make it happen, but that's something I'm trying to learn after. I'm actively tempering because it's like
This is Dave, like what the song to call one of my favorite songs is like, are you in love or do you just want to love? That's a very important question to ask yourself.
Real talk. I think on this part, like I'm a bit stagnated on my growth one here. Not stagnated because I'm growing, but it's something that like I've had to like actively learn, especially having come into my queerness late, quote unquote. Figuring out who I was at 18, whereas a lot of people just had like head start. And experiencing all these things. I've only been here for like 5 years.
Never thought about it.
Like I've literally just been here for 5 years. So just learning and then learning in an environment where, like, where am I learning from? I can't relate to TikToks I see from people abroad and how they, because it's so different here, And there's a thing where you have to be cautious. Like you can't like please someone here. You can't, in a certain place, like in a Uber or like, like even just the conversation. Exactly. The conversation of like, have you come out to like, So it's like I feel like I'm on the right path to growth, and like I'm proud of me, honestly, on this respect. There's a few dance, but it's a journey. I probably need to look for like you guys have like your parents or older people you can talk to that talk to about love, how to have a family. I don't have like I don't know anyone who's queer and older than me that can tell me, yeah, what's this journey and this was my experience. This is what I've learned. This is what I. So I have to build that roadmap for myself, and it's a bit isolating, but it isn't as well because I see like community, like like I have, even though you can't relate to then like you're just open enough to try, try have these conversations and try open my eyes in different ways. So wow. That's
not
nice.
much.
Yeah, honestly.
Alright. So I think we're gonna start wrapping it up.
For sure.
And I wanted to start at least broach this segment, see just what you can get out of it. So I wanted to ask you guys, what are some conscious choices that you're actively trying to make right now or making right now? And what are some conscious choices that you wish you would have made in the past, or you'd see if you had made in the past, you'd have ended up? I don't want to say better off because you are where you need to be at any point in time, but something is like, oh, maybe this could have helped ease the burden or ease the load along the journey.
I'd say in the past it would be sitting with myself more, just sitting with my thoughts, like thinking through my decisions and trying to figure out what's best for me. That's something I didn't used to do. Hey, yo, just used to life by life. Anything that happened didn't even like have to be like, well, like I've done something to someone. It could also have been someone has done something to me. It's okay. And for me, it would be that just sitting down with myself and being like, was this okay to do? Was this the right decision to make? Even if, like, I don't like living through regrets, but just trying to build on that and become a better version of yourself.
Is that active conscious choice right now?
Yeah. Oh, right now, I think it's pursuing my passions. Like I just come back from the tournament. I was doing boot camp with Pablo. And finishing in the semi-finals is such a huge achievement for me because you may never thought I would do that. I was huffing and puffing like like crazy, but I still did it. And now I have a trophy in my room that no one else from that team is gonna get.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah. Also writing. I'm trying to do a lot.
For me, something a past conscious choice I wish I opened up more. I started a lot of things that maybe I would have processed way differently if I just let people in more and spoke more. And then for an active choice I'm making right now is stripping my pride to allow myself to talk more and just be more open. Because like I realized like damn, like I went a whole year not telling my friends like that my dad was terminally ill, like I was just alone with that. You know, and my mom was abroad, like I was just alone with that. Like I had no community, like I isolated myself. So right now I'm making the active person. Shipping down my bride, you know. I'm not afraid to like just have a bad day and let the bad day be a bad day and let it be seen that I'm having a bad day, you know. And even just like it's something that came up in work, you know. There was a time I was pretty sick and I was also like going through a lot in my head and I wasn't arriving in the way that they expected me to or you know that I usually do. And the chief of staff, God bless her heart, showed me we have that expectation of you not because we're ruling over your head, but because that's who you are. So when you can't be that person, you need to let us know so that we know how we can guide you and what we can expect from you in that moment. So you're not like, you know, overcrowded. Yeah, overcrowded is a lot of stuff.
Much love to the boss, man.
Yeah, so that's something I'm actually doing. I'm keeping my pride down, you know, like, and it's been helping, you know, just being like, hey, I'm not okay. I don't know what's going on. So I'm telling you guys I'm not okay, and I'm letting you know, like, even have the key. Come check up on me. So that's an active conscious choice that I'm making that I think is really, really dope, and it's allowing me to connect with everyone that I love on such deeper levels, even just my moms and just everyone, you know. And most importantly myself, because now I don't have this huge burden of having to be we need to fix this now, we need to fix this now, the people that depend on me need to fix this now, we need to fix this now, we need to arrive, like we need to fix this now, no, 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 no. So much so that whatever I was going through is like, yeah, it's probably not fixed. You know, probably put a bandage on like a bullet wound. You know. So that's the conscious choice I'm making, stripping down my pride.
Awesome. So, conscious choices I'm making right now and in my part. So, for right now, I'm making a conscious choice to choose myself. And choosing myself, it comes out in setting boundaries in my interpersonal relationships and telling people that, okay, this is a line, I don't want us to cross this line because for a long time I've just let people walk over that line. You know, I just stay silent. But you know, I started realizing that it actually is detrimental to me and it affects me. So it's setting boundaries in my interpersonal relationships, being conscious of what I put into my body to some extent. Yeah, working out, just being active and trying to see what I can make out of my body. Can I push it to the limit? Writing my songs, putting out. It's not even, it's a conscious choice to put things out. I'd phrase it better like that because writing is something I've always done, but not hoarding those things because of the fear I have of how people will perceive it or how people will perceive me and what they have to say. And a conscious choice that I wish I'd made in the past is being there for myself, being there for myself, and trying to not actively put myself down because for the most part, I was my biggest obstacle. And I always used to reinforce the doubts and negative feelings I had in my own head. And I wish that I could just sit with myself and say, you know what, Maya, you're good enough as you are. You're where you need to be. And realizing that there's love around you because for a lot of my life I've felt like I've been walking alone. But in all actuality, there's been so much love around you. And now is when I'm starting to see that love, whether it's from my family, whether it's from my friends, whether it's from my goddamn therapist, or, you know, someone will randomly tell me, yo, I fuck with what you're doing. There's so much love around me, and realizing that you didn't have to change into the idea or the version of you that you thought would get that love because it already exists. And it's enough. Yeah. So those are the conscious choices I'm making, and I wish I used to make. But, you know, went better than the present. Yeah. So in light of that, I love you guys.
Bro.
I appreciate you guys coming and sitting down and being open. I don't expect that it might have been easy.
Honored to be your first guest. Actually, so excited to be your first guest.
Yeah. Thank you for coming, man. So that's me, Maya. You guys want to sign out?
Me, Reed, yeah, just be really then after this conversation and
I don't have anything to say. There's run, everything.
Ricky!
Alright.